All right. Welcome back, everyone. Calvin Man Cave. Today we're doing another read along review. Hope everyone's excited to hear my bad stuttering and pronunciation. Before we get into it, if you're wondering why I've been doing these, oh, I know it's our only third one, but if you're wondering why I'm even doing these, it's more so for not just for myself, but for those who have attention disorder, ADD, ADHD, and if you're anything like me, which you'll hear it as I'm reading the comic itself, but if you're anything like me, your attention span it's so minuscule. It's really hard to concentrate on what you're reading, stay focused. Um, but you start throwing going on some random tangents and start talking about random shit. And it's as I said, bad pronunciation, stuttering, repeating myself. These are the things that people such as myself go through, and and I'm hoping that whoever reads along with me and or listens, this is like this is an audiobook for those types of people because I grew up having that kind of issue and it never gotten taken care of, and I got held back in a couple of things in school as I was growing up because of it. So hopefully this, helps you guys. I know my voice isn't pretty, but it helps you guys, stay focused and you at least like hear some kind of like miniature audiobook or ADD audiobook, ADHD audiobook. You know what I mean? I know it's not perfect, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean it's pretty much covers it and why I'm doing this on top of like the movie reviews and everything. Because it's like how I've said before, the South Man Cave, it's not just the regular man cave of like memorabilia, collectibles, et cetera, et cetera. It's also about like, what goes inside of my mind during this process. You know what I mean? Um of like what are my thoughts, you know what I mean, in my man cave, my mental man cave. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much covers that. um for once I actually have a day off, so I'm gonna try and get as many of these as I can done today. uh Hopefully I can get a lot of these done today. That way I have enough prepared for the next couple of weeks and so on and so forth. I'm still gonna do the whole bunch of the movie reviews and whatnot. uh And then, so pretty much, if this is your first time listening to this episode, go back, take some time. I will make some like separate playlists aside from the podcast playlist, of all the movie reviews that I've done to this point, the TV show reviews, and whatnot, and then I even categorize it, this specific TV series or this specific categories, stuff like that. I'll go back and do that later on. For right now, I just want to collect everything into the podcast playlist, and just keep going and just make a portfolio. As of right now, we are not on Apple or Spotify yet. I'm still in the works of doing that. There was like some weird thing that they wanted me to do on Apple. I haven't even touched the Spotify part of things yet, but hopefully we will try and get back into those rotation of that and do that as well. Um, and let's see, is there anything else I need to cover? Uh, I think that pretty much covers all of it. Uh, at the end of the day, I am doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. And let's get into it. This is Action Comics number three. We are not sponsored by the app or by DC or DC Comics or DC Studio or DC Universe, or we're not sponsored at all. But we are using the DCU Infinite app or the DC Universe Infinite app to read these comics and do these read along reviews. So you know, we this is the app that we're using. It can be on your phone, which I'm using it on my phone. It's just easier and simpler for me at the moment. I don't always have access to um, my computer, so yeah. But you can use it on a website if you want to, get ahead of me or read other stories or comics that are up on the website or on the app, then go ahead, explore, have some fun. If there's something you guys want me to read or get into at the same time while I'm into this one, let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's get into it. Action Comics number 3, uh, out in August 1938. Let's see. Superman by Jerome Siegel, aka Jerry Siegel, and Joe Shuster. The creaking of timber, an ominous rumble, and then with a terrific crash, the bleakly coal mines cave in, entrapping a lone miner within its terrible confines. Telegraph lines carry the shocking news to the stunned world. Stanislaw Kober, miner trapped in cave-in. Please, Chief, let me handle this assignment. Go to it, Kent. Shortly later, a shrieking figure speeds towards Blakely Town at a terrific pace that not even the fastest auto or airplane could duplicate. Upon reaching Blakely Mine, Kent, disguised as a miner, approaches the pit. There's no signal from the rescue crew in the last 10 minutes. Back, you keep away from the edge. Pretending to slap Clark tumbles. Oh, pretending to slip Clark tumbles into the lift shaft. Help! I'm falling! Help! Help! You fool! Told you to keep back. We all know he's not going to get hurt. Down plunges Superman in a fall which he was meant dead for an ordinary man. As Superman strikes the bottom of the shaft, he detects gas, poison gas. Pretty much someone farted. Deadly fart. His physical structure unaffected by the gas, Superman continues along the mine's bottom until he stumbles upon a dozen unconscious figures. The rescue party. I better get them out of here before the gas finishes its deadly work. A trifle unceremonious, but the occasion demands it. Placing the men on the lift, Superman jerks the signal cord, and the elevator begins its upward journey. That's that, and now to really get to work. Upon rounding a curve in the tunnel, Superman comes upon the great wall of coal which separates him from the untrapped miner. Ew! This is going to be a mere child's play. Checking the sturdy barrier with his bare hands, Superman proceeds to demolish it as though it were but constructed of putty. I'll have you free in a few moments. Got him! Got him! His condition is pretty serious. I've got to get him to the hospital at once. When Superman reaches the elevator to lift the signal cord, it doesn't work. Oh no! Superman commences the climb. The elevator cable hand over hand. Oh man, he's just fucking working it. Look down there, someone's climbing the cable. Holy mackerel, he's rising like a streak of lightning. When Superman reaches the pit's edge, get him to the hospital quick. Gosh almighty, it's Cobra! Later, he hears the dope, Chief. Cobra was rescued by an unidentified miner, but the doctor says he will be crippled for life. Next day, Stanislaw Cobra, maimed miner, receives a visitor. My name is Ken. I represent a powerful newspaper. Tell me, in your opinion, could the mine tragedy have been prevented? Sure, sure, sure. Months ago, we know mine is unsafe, but when we tell bosses foreman, they say no, like jobs, they saw quit. Sounds like a foreign man. The way I had to read that. You mean to say that the owner disregarded the mine's dangerous conditions? Yeah, but we no quit. Got wife, kids, bills, so back we go to mine and long hours and little pay, maybe to die. An hour later, Ken is admitted into the presence of Thorne Blakely, mine owner. Have you arranged a pension for the unfortunate miner who was crippled by the cave-in? Certainly not. Cobra can thank his own carelessness for his plight. What a dick. However, the company will be generous enough to pay for a reasonable portion of his hospital bills and may even consider offering a $50 retirement bonus. $50. I mean, that's not even nothing nowadays. But I mean, back in the day, that's probably a lot of freaking money. Surely you're going to repair the bad safety conditions you're in your mind. There are no safety hazards in my mind, but if there were, what of it? I'm a businessman, not a humanitarian. And now, since this is all none of your business, let's consider the interview closed. Meow, 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 meow. That night, your man, clad in miner's garbs, drops out of the skies like some occult avenging demon into the barred and closely guarded confines of Blakely Estate. Drawn by the sound of laughter, music, and revelry, he, he peers through a window and discovers a gay party in progress. Progress. Sorry. Well, I have half a notion to crash this party to bits. Now, I assume it's a fun party unless it's an actual gay party. I don't know. I don't really care. These different times. So the listeners don't freak out. Look, a prowler. Don't move. Got him. Superman delivery permits himself to be captured. What were you doing here? What were we doing here? You won't answer. Let's take him to the boss. What's the meaning of this interruption? We caught this bow hung. Probably a sneak thief, window peeping. Shall we take him to the station and rough him up? What's a bow hunk? Who, all I ask is for a few minutes alone with this window peeper in the back room at headquarters, and you'll have a full confession, Mr. Blakely. What have you say to yourself? Beautiful ladies, much music, rich party. I read of these things tonight. I want to see them with my own eyes. I see, just a sap. Give him a beating, he'll never forget guards. Then turn him loose. Come on, you outside. Wait, I've changed my mind. Let him stay. Gather round, folks. Here's where this party starts to liven up. Now, for some fun, Blakely got one of his comical inspirations. Elsa Maxwell has nothing on Blakely when it comes to throwing a novel party. So I assume it's just a happy, fun party. There's nothing, out of the ordinary. That's just the language that they used back in the day. The right folks, you see a social climbing miner who nearly missed having his block knocked off because he attempted to see how the other half lives. I wonder what he's leading up to, he says in his mind. On the left, my dull-witted friend, you see a mob of pampered nincompoops whose sole activity in life is searching for new ways to escape boredom. He was referring to us. What if he's going too far? What say, folks? Let's compromise. We'll finish the party in the mine, or our miner pile here will guide and feast his eyes on us. And as for us, we'll make merry in the bowels of the earth. Hooray! The man's a genius. On to the mine! Led by Superman, the crowd of singing, shouting, sable, and even evening clothes clad party goers march gaily toward the mine. Again, I assume they mean happily. The merrymakers crowd onto the shaft platform amid shrill laughter. A moment later, they are on the way to the bottom, the pit's bottom. Sorry. Look, I brought some sandwiches. Sandwiches. You want some sandwiches? The heck with the sandwiches. Who brought a flask? Isn't this the railing? Better hold tight to the rail. One, on second thought, why not onto me? What has the rail got? I haven't got. Fresh. Oh, out into the line. Well, folks, I promise you a new thrill. What do you think of it? What a horrid looking place. While the others walk further into the mine, don't tell me people actually work down here. George, I don't like this. It's filthy mine. We shouldn't have come. Mr. Man drops back now to put a hastily conceived plan into action and attacks the wooden tunnel supports. So this is kind of a dick move. I know he's trying to make a point, but this goes back into the last review that read along review that we did. Where he's got like a dark, menacing persona to him. You know, that ought to do the trick. Superman rejoins the slang party. Where in the blaze did you disappear? I've been here all the time. Here all the time. Shouldn't be there. I've been here the whole time. A moment later, the tunnel is shaken by a rumbling roar. Good Lord, what was that? Panic-stricken, the entire group races back along the tunnel until it's forced to come to a sudden stop. A cave-in? Great Scott, we're buried alive! Buried alive! Oh no! Help! Help me! I'm suffocating. No, you can't be here. Arrow lasts another 24 hours. 24 hours? Yes. Then we've nothing to worry about. We'll be freed by a rescue squad in no time. Maybe rescued him. in 5 minutes? Maybe never. You, this was your clever idea. Don't hit me. Steady, steady. I have a mind to let him loose. Don't. Wait, the safety devices. Why didn't I think of them sooner? We're as good as saved right now. Thank goodness for safety devices. Ooh, for a moment I thought we were doomed. It actually has safety devices. See, I smashed the glass cover, then jerked down the electric signal lever. Forgive me, old man. I'm sorry I flew off the handle. That's all right. Wait, what the? It doesn't work? Like other safety devices than mine, Rusty, no good. You bastard skinflint. If you had had the mine equipped with proper safety precautions, we might have gone out alive. Stop him! Help! This is no time to quarrel among ourselves. Our lives are at stake. Correct, here are some picks and shovels abandoned by workers. You take this pick and get busy. I'm content to die. If you want to live, you dig. If we ever get out of here, my first action would be to fire you, if we get out. Knee deep in stagnant water, struggling with unwielding tools, slipping frequently, falling, the entrapped pleasure seekers seek desperately but vainly to batter down the huge barrier of coal. Hurry while the air supplies last. We've got to get out. We've got to. I'm winded. I can't keep this up. Think of the miners. They have to do this 14 long hours each day. That's fucking crazy. Meanwhile, a rescue party works frantically on the other side of the barrier. It's no use. We'll never get out of here. We'll all die. Oh, if only if I had this all to do over again. I never really knew what the men down here have to face. That's all I've been waiting to hear. Eventually, tired beyond endurance, the mine's prisoners collapse limply while the others sleep. Superman tears down the barrier. Sorry, I should have scrolled then. Permitting miners to enter and rescue the group. Draeger men were saved. Mister, are we glad to see you? Hurry, there's liable to be another cave-in at any second. Several days later, Kent again visits Blakely. You can announce that henceforth my mine will be the safest in the country and my workers the best treated. My experience in the mine brought their problems closer to my understanding. Congratulations on your new policy. May it be a permanent one. If it isn't, you can expect another visit from Superbad. Do, do, do. The end. That was a pretty I mean, granted it's 14 pages, but that was pretty fast. Have you sent in your application blank for membership in the Urban America? If not, turn back to separate charter member. Wow. Wow. Um, honestly, this was kind of like a bland issue. I'm not even gonna lie. It was kind of bland. I was hoping for a little bit more. But uh you can't win them all, I guess. I don't know. Can't be home runs in every issue. I would give this one between a 1 or 2 out of 5, or 2 stars out of 5. I mean, it's nothing special. Maybe I mean, it had that one exciting moment, to me where he went dark and and fucked up the mines just to prove a point. So, I mean, 1 or 2 stars. That's it. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, I was kind of hoping for more. Nothing really much to talk about here. It's it's has a moral to the story, to, you know what I mean? Like, safety in any job is very important, but you know, it's the business owners don't always see eye to eye. And even on my job, it's not there always. I mean, it's there, but it's like the safety precautions are there, but does the company actually give a fuck about you? Probably not. At the end of the day, like most companies will work you until you're dead, and then when you can't work anymore, they're like, oh, they just fire you or just treat you like shit, and the reason why you're in the hospital, but they want to keep overworking you some more, and or they just get rid of you. It sucks, but that's just how things are nowadays. You know, you guys do have a job like that, I hope it gets better for you guys. So I mean, there's a silver lining to this. Companies are like that. They'll work you like dogs and not give a fuck about you. And I hope you guys don't work in a company like that. And if you do, try and find something better or try to like find a different position in the company to where you can get what you're worth. So yeah. But that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.